They talk about making the school better, where the school is equipped, so that when they are teaching the students, they know what the students are actually learning, rather than just the theory aspect.
Till now, Kebi, if you attend a GST lecture, general classes,
I
in the halls, you see thousands of students in a big hall, one lecturer in front who doesn't even have a speaker,
Speaking of GST courses,
screaming.
speaking of GST courses, I have stood on this opinion that a lot of the GST courses that we're teaching is supposed to help students in the outside world, and it's not teaching. I would stand on this statement, quote me anyway. It's not helping anything that we're learning in outside society. It doesn't teach us how to write a proper application. It doesn't teach you how to do your taxes when you get out of school. It doesn't teach you how to even structure a business if you want to start up a business, because if you're looking at entrepreneurship and that there's been taught there, none of anything that is taught in those courses is teaching you how to run a proper business. So if we're really going to go there, check those courses. Let us actually fix those courses before we get to talking about the students or the graduates that is
The
producing.
thing is that if we stay on this matter, there's so much things to fault, right? So let's just end this particular conversation by saying that Minister of Education, we see you, we hear you, we want to see actions, right? Let's move forward to Punch this morning. Corruption's allegation. Presidency attacks OBJ as opposition backs ex-president. Let's look into the main story. Now, the Nigerian presidency has criticized former President Olusegun Obasanjo for his comments on corruption and the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Now, Obasanjo, speaking at the Chinua Achebe Leadership Forum, described corruption in Nigeria as fatal and called for the sacking of INEC chairman Professor Mamodi Yakubu over his handling of the 2023 elections. The presidency, through special advisor Bayo Onanuga, accused Obasanjo of hypocrisy, citing his own administration's history of electoral malpractices and corruption. Now, Onanuga pointed out that Obasanjo's criticism of President Bola Tinubu's administration were unfounded, given his own legacy of egregious infractions during his tenure. Now, despite the presidency's pushback, opposition party, including the People's Democratic Party, Labour Party, and New Nigeria People's Party, backed Obasanjo's comments on corruption and electoral reform. They demanded Yakubu's dismissal and an overhaul of the electoral system, with some calling for investigations into INEC's alleged mismanagement of resources. The debate highlights the ongoing concerns about corruption, electoral integrity, and governance in Nigeria. Obasanjo's comments have sparked a national conversation, with many Nigerians echoing his sentiments on social media and calling for accountability from public officials. The controversy has also raised questions about the role of elder statesmen in speaking truth to power and promoting national progress. Now, I think there's a blame game here in play, but before I say anything, Kebi, what are your thoughts on this?
No, I like the fact that he came out to state the obvious, because actually the obvious. There's corruption on our electoral processes and it needs reform. Our electoral processes need reform. Looking at every election that has been conducted in Nigeria so far, the recent ones, you see a lot is happening. I told you about the Ondo stuff and you were like, nah, it's not going to happen. I told you.
Charles Kebi predicted Ondo election on air.
And he said, nah, it's not going to happen. Why am I being like that? Okay, nah, and it happened because I told you, first of all, I said, now election is not based on the people coming out to vote. It's not based on, how many people come out to vote. It's based on power. It's based on who is sitting on the throne. If PDP have enough strength to stand against APC, that's why you see that state where PDP comes out to be the winner. If APC has enough strength, that's why you see APC coming out to be the winner. Then when you talk about, if you want to place Rivers State in it, you see how Rivers State election happened. So now it's not based on the people anymore. It's based on power, and now we know who is sitting on the throne. We know who is ruling us. We know that is the APC, and they have made that statement clearly that they have intentions of taking out of them making APC to be covered in all the states. You see, so it's the electoral processes in Nigeria. It needs reform. So I'm glad he came out to state the obvious. Though it's not like corruption has not been in his own tenure. Corruption been there in own time, but for the fact that other leaders too, it's good to come out to say the truth. You tell them, okay, this is how you are doing it. It's good to tell this present leaders the truth so that they will know where and how to handle. But they will not. I know they are not going to accept it. They will believe that whatever thing they are doing is right. I mean, there's a lot of backing for them. World Bank came out and said whatever thing they are doing is good. APC leaders too have also come out and said whatever thing they are doing is good. Even the Minister of Finance has also come out one way or the other to say whatever thing that this present administration is doing is good. So you see, there's a lot of backing. There's this, and these people are backing. They are making him this present administration not to see the truth and the bad and the good in whatever thing they are doing. Because once you back what the person is doing, the person believes that maybe the president or the administration believe that, okay, yes, we are on the right track. But even if we are much, they come out to say, okay, what you are doing is not good, then maybe there'll be a little change. But the thing is, Nigerians are complaining and we're crying, but so far so good, no change. So I'm happy he came out to state it, even though they are not going to accept it. I mean, even former president Buhari too came out and said, this statement you have made, your own penalty is also bad.
Charles, do you want to say something before?
I think I'll just piggyback off what she said, especially when it comes to the electoral process that goes on in Nigeria. I'm really not surprised whenever a ruling power wins a particular state. My only issue is that if it almost feels like we are no longer in a democracy, because if people decided in some way that it's still these people that we want in a particular state, and the only solution is to, after the electoral body had conducted the election, and after all of that we have to go to court to settle it, then where's the democracy? Before you even talk about the transparency, it's like, where's the democracy? Is it not supposed to be chosen by the people? So why are we going to the court to decide the fate of the people? We're supposed to be the ones picking who is leading us. Why are we leaving it to the hands of the judiciary in this case?
And the judiciary itself, it's not like they are on their own. They are still supporting.
They don't have autonomy.
They don't have autonomy.
They are still supporting that present sitting person. So how do you expect to win?
That's even where my issue is. Now, before we even get to the point of even the obvious trend of governments that is always pointing fingers at people who have done other things before them, we will always see this. It's very common. If I come here and critique, if I had hosted this show and I come and tell you there's a way you should host this show, you come and tell me in my time there was this buzz used to hear in the radio station at that time. It's the same thing that we expect every time that every sitting government would do. There's always the when we point out a particular I wouldn't say failure, it's more like a lapse from their administration. They'll be like, but it happened in your own time too. So before you even start talking, you gotta come out the log that's in your eye before you start commenting the speck in mine.
And that's also why I would say that we agree that, everybody had issues in their own time, but that's not what we want to talk about. That's not the conversation that Nigerians want to even hear. We don't want to be seeing somebody pointing finger or, throwing blame games and all of that. There's something that is very visible on ground. The first one, electoral malpractice. We are seeing it.
We've seen it happen.
Corruption. These are things that, the ex-president pointed out. We're seeing electoral malpractices. We're seeing corruptions. Nigerians are seeing it. The conversation we're supposed to be having is, how can we fix these things? Not seeing on the news that, presidency have attacked ex-presidents. Ex-presidents have come back and fire back. Afenifere have come out to support these people. That the thing that is happening is still happening.
The backlogging of
blame game
is annoying. It's still going on.
We need electoral integrity. Nigerians no longer trust the voting process. That is true. That is true. These things are not conversations that are backdoor conversations. They are conversations that we hear every other time. When you go on social media, places like X, and talk about elections, you hear Nigerians in their thousands and in their millions come out to say, we do not trust the system. So if it's about electoral integrity, they're still falling short.
Of course.
It needs reform. And when the INEC, when we're asking for answers from the INEC, who is supposed to answer? Is it not the Oga Patapata? Yes, now it's the INEC chairman.
Of course.
That needs to answer some questions. Professor Mahmoud Yakubu needs to answer some questions. Do you understand the point I'm trying to make? So that's it. We're not looking at pointing fingers, who is doing who is doing what. No, that's not what Nigerians... See, Nigerians, we are even tired. We're tired. The average Nigerian now is on survival mode. We're looking for how, God will just help us in this country. We're not looking at So if an ex-president does wrong, or a past regime didn't get it right, the present regime
should try and get it right.
Is it not supposed to get better with you? Are we supposed to be comparing the later with the former? The former with the later? No, we need change.
And we really need to get to a point in society, or even in the government, where if a previous government critiques you, take it with a grain of salt. Don't start saying...
And do better.
Do better.
Do better.
We'd expect that you do better than the last people, not that you point fingers and say because you people did it too. Your time wasn't better. We're not expecting. We shouldn't be hoping for. We shouldn't even be having. I was saying that Obasanjo's time was better than this. That shouldn't be a conversation.
This person's time.
A previous government should not have been better than the present one. That's not the conversation we should be having.
There needs to be progress. We shouldn't be retrogressing. And talking about Kirby, talking about investigations into INEC's alleged mismanagement of resources. It's not today that we started hearing that INEC, is mismanaging funds or is mismanaging resources.
Nothing has been going on for a very long time.
It's not today we started hearing it. So, but if there's an investigation, at least we'll know which one is which. Which one is... Are they really mismanaging funds? Are the funds going into what is supposed to go into? The people that needs to ask these questions needs to start asking these questions. If there are sectors to probe, they should be probed. I don't know why we're always scared of whenever we talk about investigations probe. If your hands are clean, you're not even supposed to be complaining in the first place. Come outside and answer questions that Nigerians need answers to. Period. Be like, I don't do very good. You can calm down.
calm down. See, this whole process of a thing for another president coming out. See, I will not lie. Obasanjo time, it's not like there was no corruption, but it was better. At least he was able to reduce our debt. As at that time, he was able to. There are so many things that he was able to do that now, if you look at it, you'll be like, we really need to go back to some of our past presidents, because this present administration is not like doing anything to make it better. To them, they believe that they are doing it. That's why the president came out and said all ministers should come out and say what you are doing, so that the people can feel your impact on your seat. But if they can actually
come out and say what they're doing and do what they're supposed to be doing for us to feel their impact.
Charles, he said they should come out and say it because Nigerians are not feeling it. He said it.
We should not be hearing them say it.
We've heard it. We've heard enough.
We know what their appointments are.
We've heard enough.
We know what they were appointed to do. We're not seeing what they appointed them to do.
Get my point. He said it, and I'm only quoting what he said. He said they should come out and say it. That if they say it, then the people will know what they are doing. And I cited an example.
Log into your Instagram account, go to create, then select live stream. Give the live stream a name, then copy and paste the stream URL and stream key to OBS Studio, and you're ready to go.
Okay, let's take this call. Sorry, Kebby. We continue. Hello, good morning.
The link in the video description down below to go to the first open OBS to do is to change the aspect ratio.
Mr. Robert.
Good morning. We then also make sure that our output is scaled resolution of 7. Then we go to video. In video, we change the base canvas to 720 times 1280. This is a resolution of 720p, and this is the recommended resolution to live streaming to Instagram according to the FAQs. We then also make sure.
Let's start from the very obvious question.
Yeah, it's not obvious question. It's a simple question. How much is fuel during Obasanjo? Then how much did they said full stop? Maybe right now, how much did they said during Obasanjo? Then how much did they said during your own time now? Let us be sincere and ask those questions. If you want to go buy rice now, it's about 150,000 a bag. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. If you still even add money, this is a festive period now.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So to come outside now, talking that your own government better than Obasanjo is something maybe they don't know what we are doing. They don't know what we are saying. You understand? They don't know. Even to compare your own government to Goodluck, you know reach the quarter of Goodluck. Let us be sincere. Quarter of Goodluck, Tinubu government no reach. So when I heard the matter this morning or yesterday, totally I was shamed. You just see Tinubu, I don't shame. President right now I am very shame. Then they come out now, they talk those countries, say the government better or what he do, or they start the correction. He started the correction, yes, but look at your own time now. Then compared to the former time, which one better? The place where I entered motor 2013, where I was in Nigeria, 2013, from my area to Jabi or Bega is 300, 250. But this morning I enter 1,500. I enter 1,500 from 250 to 1,500. So you get river now for months. Begin to criticize the person, say your own government better than your own. Even black man or madman cannot accept this comment where Nigeria Tinubu government the comment for social media or whatever don't.
Thank you so much, Mr. Robert.
We beg them. Make them know they come out. They talk those countries where go to make Nigeria people they die. You start shoot them with guns. They're going to die alone. If you hear the comment.
We never they shoot anybody. I beg no vex.
No, it's not that they shoot somebody. When the talk come, they give you the talk like this. You will die by yourself. Yes, you will die because the talk will make you somehow. The talk will make you go think so they.
You go get high blood pressure.
Exactly. That's Nigeria government now.
Thank you, Mr. Robert, for your submission. I appreciate you. Thank you so much on that one. This is the class. You see, you get some kind of conversations where you go to hear Nigeria government they talk. You, Seth, you never. It doesn't never happen. I just hear you hear them. Don't enter the other side of the world.
You know, before we even get to the point of looking at how this conversation is going, this is why I don't like having these conversations about
Nigerian politics.
If not just even that, if a previous government critiques the present administration, the comparison of okay, but this thing you're criticizing me for was happening in your time too. So now look at our last caller, Mr. Roberts, now talking about how much was fell in Obasanjo's time.
If you want to put on side by side.
If you want to start doing bar for bar, aura for aura, comparison for comparison, fuel for fuel, rice for rice.
Rice for rice.
Let's look at all of those. So if corruption was on the rise in Obasanjo's time and is not as much on in Tinubu's regime right now, it's we have a fuel inflation higher here. So you're beating him in this particular one. That's the weird comparison I really don't like, because we are now missing the point of what the conversation was for, to reform the electoral body. Because now we start doing comparison. How much was rice? How much was this?
And we miss how we always deviate. That's how we exactly. That's how we always do. Nigeria, instead of understanding what these people are talking about, fixing the problems, you start throwing blames before you know what is happening. The conversation has moved from solutions, from providing solutions to comparison. Let's take this one on WhatsApp. It says, good morning, guys. The issues of education is alarming in this country. The problem is that the lecturers themselves, some of them were not trained with the same practical methods that they're supposed to teach. We need to go back to the roots of how people get to become lecturers or teachers. Are they trained in the right way? Don't just give them a job based on certificate qualifications. Train them, improve their knowledge base, and change their attitude. This is critical, especially for professional courses. If not, we'll end up producing incompetent engineers or architects that lead to collapsed buildings all over the country. That's just one example. And this one is from George from Gwarimpa. And George raised a very,
a very
important point right there, talking about how that people trained the way they were trained.
Of course.
And if you look at some of these lecturers, when was the last time they went back to school to brush up on their knowledge? Charles, you get me, right? So we're looking at some lecturers who, when the curriculum passed down to them or when they were trained, there were no much practicals in that time. How are they supposed to teach the present people, practical courses? Do you understand? And, he cited examples about, collapsed buildings and incompetent engineers and all of that. So I think that's also a valid point. Thank you so much, Judge from Gwarimpa, for that valid point.
That collapsed building happened once too in my school. And luckily, the girl that was on there, she was able to escape.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Before we move on from that particular
comment,
headline, I just want to put it out there that this is not like, we're not trying to trigger lecturers, non-academic staffs or students or anybody here. It's just pointing to the notion that if the foundation is faulty, the building is, we're still referencing buildings collapsing.
Exactly.
If the foundation is faulty, the building is definitely going to have issues. So before we even start looking at the products or the graduates that are coming out of these schools, let's also look at how to help the system, which is the non-academic staff, the lecturers, the system in place on how to even study and get grades.
Yeah, and we've been saying that government needs to prioritize the education sector and invest in it heavily. And by investing in it, it also affects the lecturers. It also affects the people, who are working, the non-academic staff. Kebi mentioned that when you pay them well, they're definitely going to deliver, their roles well.
One thing that I also want to state is that I'm glad he came out to state the obvious, because that's what's happening in schools. More practical, more theory, less practical. And he has come out to say 80% of practical, 20% of theory. He has stated it. But that's one thing with Nigerians. All these top officials, they like to state. Now, implementing.
That's where the issue
is. The issue. You're not just coming out to state it, because we have these brilliant ideas. We all have brilliant ideas. But now, to implement it is now the problem.
The actual problem. Somebody on WhatsApp, that's Yinka, says, good morning, everyone. As regards the Obasanjo message, now he's no more in power. An age factor. It's not that OBJ's government is not clean of what he's saying. He has opportunities to make cogent changes in the system empowering institutions. Until our leaders remember, they wouldn't be in power forever. All right, thank you so much, Yinka, on that one. I think that we have a call that we need to take. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Abdallah.
Good morning, Mr. Abdallah.
Good morning, Mr. Abdallah.
You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Extend my greetings to Mr. J.
Yeah. Of course I will.
You see, for Obasanjo, it's not a saint. He has served in two terms in this same capacity as a military head of state and democratic president of Nigeria. Yes, whatever he did in the past is just a matter of history. Now, they say history is the study of past, present, and future events. Now, let us allow that of history to just go. We can remember it, but we know it is not more useful to us. We are talking about the current situation and future situation that we will found ourselves. You see, when he advised, please look at the pros and cons of the advice and then do the needful and correct the anomaly so that it will be a pass mark to the present government. Now, constructive criticism should be welcome. If you say the right thing at the right time, and the people that are at the helm of affairs do the right thing at the right time, Nigeria will be better and Nigeria will be great. And we will actually be the true giant of Africa that we claim. But in a situation where we have psychopaths, we have stooges in the name of either ministers or personal assistance or civil assistance on this and that, and we have several aids that are feeding from the coffers of the government, and they want to placate the government of the day. That is to say, scratch my back, I scratch your own. Then things will not go well. That is the blatant truth. But if they had been doing the needful right from the time they were appointed into this position, Nigeria wouldn't have been in the situation that we found ourselves. We know that the situation of Nigeria in terms of multifarious problems that the devil has lingered for too long. But correction is not overnight. It's not on one day. It's a gradual process. So we are not saying that Tinubu's government has not succeeded in doing or bringing some certain things, like the tertiary education loan fund that so many parents had been saved from allowing their children to drop out of school. That is part of it. I may not be able to stand here and mention so many things like that. I know there are empowerment programs, there are continuation of palliative that he has sustained. But because of the problems of the country that are so many, in fact, the effect, positive effect, cannot easily be felt. It will be in a gradual process. Please, government of the day, and you, those who are helping the present government, if you don't want to be called stooges, please advise him rightly and let him do the needful, because it is him that people are seeing, not you.
Thank you.
Since you are only serving him for your own gain. It is Nigerian people that are facing the brunt of every negative effect of the policy or policy that he has brought on board. Now, National Bureau of Statistics have been given so many statistics about price index and what have you, inflationary rate, GDP and what have you.
Yeah. I think that we've lost Mr. Abdallah right there when he was talking about the statistics. In case you're just tuning in, this is Bright Republic and Bright FM, and we're looking through the top news stories making the headlines in today's newspaper. We're going to be going on a quick break, and we will be right back. Don't touch your radio. Stay with us.
I am here since 3 days ago.
Like corruption can happen at anywhere.
Corrupt with petrol. I prevent it with none of corruption with petrol. I see them for hotel, I see them for market. And if you see them, you go know.
They say you get rid of them, then they embalm themselves, but me, I never go to that kind of place before.
Let's discuss the headlines and politics.
Going by the Senate Standing Orders of 2011 as amended, which is the genuine and authentic because it has never. And it protects. Will you shut up?
Get involved. Air your opinions.
She has your mind.
In this republic, we don't turn off your mic. Join us on Bright Republic, weekdays, 8 a.m. Get ready.
All right, welcome back. In case you're just tuning in, this is still Bright Republic on Bright 98.7 FM. Mr. Charles is still in the studio, Kevin is still in the studio, and we're, trying to look at how we'll move this country forward by talking about the things that are happening on, on our headlines this morning. In case you want to be part of the conversation, you can send in a text message or a voice note via WhatsApp on 0901-615-0614. Let's take that WhatsApp number again, 0901-615-0614. And in case you want to put a call across to us, our call line is 0808 704 1217, 0808 704 1217. And we are also on Facebook at Bright FM Abuja, so you can follow us on Facebook and on YouTube and be part of the conversation. We've looked at how that presidency attacks OBJ as opposition backs ex-president. We've touched the story, and then we've looked at federal government to stop university from producing graduates without technical skills. That was an independent newspaper, and we're going to move forward with another conversation right here on Punch, and it says, "Stop reporting police misconduct on social media. IG tells Nigerians," and that's on Punch. "Stop reporting police misconduct on social media. IG tells Nigerians." Let's look into the main story. Now, Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has urged Nigerians to stop reporting police misconduct on social media and instead direct complaints to the Police Complaints Response Unit. Now, speaking at the PPRO/Police Communication Experts Conference in Asaba, Delta State, the IG, Mr. Kayode, emphasized that social media reports often lead to misinformation and undermine the police force's integrity. He acknowledged social media's role in shaping public opinion, but warned that unverified information creates false perception. Now, the IGP stressed the importance of promoting transparency and accountability within the police force, considering the media a critical partner in this effort. Now, the conference is part of police reform aimed at building trust and respect, helping gain public trust. Governor Sheriff of Delta State opened the conference, sharing insights on policing challenges in states like Delta and Lagos. He highlighted the importance of countering misinformation and fostering effective communication between police and the public. He also, Governor praised the IGP's capabilities, citing his experience as CP in Lagos, and emphasized the need for public engagement. He also underscored the role of Police Public Relations Office in addressing misconceptions and showcasing positive police work. They encouraged the public to use established channels for reporting police misconduct, ensuring a structured and accountable process for addressing complaints. Now, I want us to look at this, both sides, right? Because, they've talked about misinformation, because that's where I'm going to sit for a bit. But if you ask me, social media has helped to, shape things as far as accountability is concerned. I think we have a call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mr. John calling from Mutako.
Mr. John from Mutako, good morning to you.
Morning.
Please go
How
ahead.
is the work?
Fine. Oh.
We are back again.
Yes, so.
God will help us.
Yes, so. God will help us.
One thing I normally say there, you will not know that there is a say that says, let me use it in broken. First way Belefu. You know they know what you're on demand. You know they know what you're on demand. Guys, who Belefu know they know what you're on demand. And who Belefu today go hungry again. You understand me? Yeah. The government will treat us anyhow because it didn't affect them. should just sort their salary now. So maybe all of the Senate or House of Reps to member National Assembly, their salary now, they should just bring it down 5 million. You will see that they will revolt. Tinubu should come down.
Or they should even earn minimum wage.
You understand me? Or they should just say minimum wage stop. You understand? They will revolt. Tinubu. My sister, I wonder in all those states, the election that happened. Let's sit down. Let's just sit down and reflect back. What is for this 1 year and what have we achieved in this government? And people will be running that APC candidates. You understand me? We didn't achieve anything in this government for this 1 year. Now the remaining years now we achieve. Okay, what happened in Lagos State? Is it not who are the Fashola who that when he entered Lagos State started getting themselves? Before Lagos State was crowded, jam-packed everywhere. You understand? Okay, look at this journalist, Adeline Galali. Formerly, when Goodluck was there, is he not a journalist? Is he not the one condemning? Now, he's in that seat now. What are we hearing from him? That's why I see that when you people are talking about lecturers, I don't used to put my mouth. Because they are the one that brought this thing to us. You see the returning officer will keep on saying this. They are the one that put us in this. I will never blame Mahmoud. I will not blame Mahmoud. You understand me? Because the way we are sitting now, if my brother, if you give your wife money to prepare soup for you with enough money, and you come back, there is no meat in that soup. You understand? No, even though they blame you, you will say you give your wife the money because it's your wife that went to the market to buy everything. Now Mahmoud is sitting there. The returning officer, they are the one. They are the one that collected money and tell how many population of the Nigeria. Now they are blaming that their salary they are this one. I did not blame them. Now our revenue in the school fees that the students are paying, where is it going in? And the government will say there is no money. You understand? How many students are in school? When they graduate today now, nothing. When last do we have secondary school that have what they call it technical? You understand? Because when I was going to school, many of my friends attended technical. That is where they learned carpentry work, mechanics. Now, where is technical school in Nigeria now? All of them died down. Now, when do you hear last that NNPC bring out form for recruitment they want to employ? When do you hear that CBN bring out form that they want to employ? When do you hear that Inland Revenue bring out form they want to employ? You understand me? Only when you will hear employment, army, police, road safety. But the big place that the poor man is supposed to have this. When do you hear that ECOWAS roll out form that they want to employ? All of them are for themselves. We should just sit down and reflect, my brothers and sisters. That difference is Christian Muslims. It's not in that. It's not in their side. They don't think about their religion in their own side, in the big man place. But the poor men, you go say, this one now Yoruba na my person. This one now the church they go na my person. Who he help for this nation? Right, 400 and something thousand. Where? How much? Who are we saying now we they get them? It's just like saying you go market, you go farm, you harvest your year finish, sell and finish, go buy panji, 3,000 naira. That is what is happening to us. Because they don't feel the pain of the masses. I appreciate that Adeline Galali is here now. Because during Goodluck is the one talking. Now he's here. What are we achieving now? The country is hard. If you owe 10,000 naira now, you cannot buy food that you and your wife and 2 children will eat.
10,000 is the new
Go to the market. You understand? We have Ajokuta there. Ajokuta is not working. Everybody says so, yes. Employment no day.
Please round up, Mr. John.
Retirement age now, they say 65 years. And every day we are having graduates. Where are they going to work? You go to the office, they want to apply, they will say 10 years experience. That's it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bright. Yes, so now God will help us. So, Mr. Bright said, let's
reflect. And a lot of the conversations or the points that he raised, right, you see that if you sit down, there's a lot of reflection to do. I think we have another call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Anas Mishai, all the way from Moko Village.
Your name is what? Your name is what?
Anas Mishai, all the way from Moko Village.
Did you say Anas? I want to get your name well.
Anas, A-N-A-S.
Oh, fantastic. Anas, good to hear from you. Thank you so much. First time caller. Let's clap for him now.
Yeah, first time caller.
Please go ahead, Mr. Anas.
So, Inspector General of Police Nigerians should not report working in police to media.
For social media.
And I don't think within the IG talk it is going to work because even me, I have many cases where I do with police. When you go report them, they're not going to respond. They will not free you. And nothing will happen. And if you keep going, they will ask you, bring this, do that, do this. And nothing will happen. So, that social media is the best way for us to show the whole world what those people are. Because police people, they say police is our friend. And they are there to protect us and our properties. But they are not doing that. They are there maltreating people. If you come in my area here, this Oshapa Buhari Road, if you go see the way police are behaving there, you go think say now that's house where former president government Muhammadu Buhari said they don't end. Because they will just wear a black cloth, cover their face, carry gun, block road, if they see you are price, maybe you wear better clothes, or you get that they go block you, begin to collect your phone, they start your motor. What is not their work? Personal phone is in privacy, and then why are they collecting people's phone and searching this, that? Even in my area here in Moko Village, I don't know what those people are doing there. Every night they go on the block road, they cause hold up, they search people up and down. So, Inspector General of Police need to train its police people very well. When they are well trained, I don't think they go to misbehave. The way people go to video,
report them for social media.
Social media. Understand, my sister?
I dare with you.
So, Inspector General of Police need to train in people very well and make sure say any matter we didn't carry to police, they will quickly respond and take necessary action against any police that is trying to spoil police name in this country.
Thank you.
Understand?
I did
so when they start doing all those things, you go see say people will not carry police issue to the media because they have hope. So when they report,
something will be done about it.
Action.
Exactly.
So that's my own for now. So the police need to do the needful, not stopping people to not post for media. Because even me, all those things that are doing in our road, I will still post them for media.
Thank you so much, Mr. Anas, for your contribution. I appreciate you.
I was getting to that. When I was talking about accountability, right? So, and you've heard what Mr. Anas just said now, that how would you not post on social media? When you go to complain, do they take your complaints seriously?
Exactly what Mr. Anas said was going to be my opening statement. I was going to ask a question: is police your friend? Because that's the first thing to look at.
If you tell an average Nigerian now that police is your friend, they feel look you eye like what are you saying? But police is actually supposed to be our friend. Do you know, I work with teenagers. So sometimes when, some of these cases of molestation and all of that come up, and I'm like, but go and report to the police. Police is your friend. They will like, from where to where? I mean, young children are saying that police is not their friend. How much more adults?
Adults. The funny thing is that once we start looking at it from a holistic point of view, power is intoxicating. And when you start looking at the people who are supposed to uphold the law, now I want to state this before I even get into my points, that this is not even to critique the Nigerian police, because there are people who are doing great work, but these are for the bad eggs that are in there. And the unfortunate thing is that when you come to report a particular system, when you come to report to the police, and it's something that is going to be against their system, it's going to be a problem, because a lot of people, it's not even by hearsay, a lot of people have had experiences where you come and say police did this to me, and they will just sweep it under the rug. But the fact that there's evidence of that on social media, or they were even called out,
get somebody to act.
Exactly. Or they were called out on social media about what a particular police person did, that's when they will get to act. A lot of times I've seen cases where...
You know that right now, in Nigeria, if a policeman stops you, your defense mechanism
is pull out your phone and start streaming.
I'm telling you. That's why we see cases everywhere on social media. So you see the person that they are stopping, video both their face and their badge, their name and everything. And police is saying, why you there? So that I go document, or in case anything, go wrong.
And please, Nigerians, please pay attention to this, because I feel like if they might, this is like a very, very constitutional right. I feel like it's not constitutional, but it's a right that we should hold on to make sure we hold the police accountable.
Our social media rights.
Our social media rights.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Mr. Dennis.
Mr. Dennis.
Mr.
Dennis, please go ahead.
Concerning this matter, Commissioner of Police said they should not public on the social media. He's totally wrong. Maybe he doesn't know what he's supposed to say. He doesn't know what he's supposed to do at the right time. By being him as a commissioner of police, he knows the crime that his boys are committing, and that is why he's now ashamed and say they should not post police on the media. I will give myself as an example. Even when I was in Port Harcourt, that is how police was molesting me. The same police that we are in school together was molesting me when we go out to go and hustle. So today, every time they say I should go and report, he will go and report exactly what this young man say. He will go and report. They will not make any entrance, any effort. So till one day I got tired. I said, Kai, I think somebody must die. Along that uniform road, somebody will die. If either one person die or another one will die. So that day it choked me. Bike that I was managing myself. The next thing, and him, he has 4 bikes on the way. Collecting federal money, collecting money from bike. I did not stop him. But my own, he want to stop me. He will say, give me 100 naira. Every day, haba. Bros, not only you like money. He reached that day, I don't tire. Now so he just break the head of my bike. What did I do? I did not even look at his age again. If you see what I give to that man, I think in your life, if you see me on the way, you will never stop.
Okay, but Mr. Dennis, resorting to violence is not always the way out.
No, if that is not the way out, but there's some instances of police, violence is the way out to them. Because I myself personally make reports, and I went to Bori camp and make that report, and soldiers take the case off for me.
No, so that's what you would have done first, because we don't promote violence. We don't resorting to violence is not. And these our security personnel are there to serve. They are government property.
They are not doing the right thing, especially police. They are not doing the right thing. So after that incident, I have to report to the Bori camp. And Bori camp now have to assist me. If not by their effort, this man want to kill me for no reason. I said there should not be problem. I'm coming for you. That is what I told him. In the next 1 year, I think that was 2016, God also helped me. I was suspected as Nigerian Army. when the guy heard that I'm in army, the guy ran out of that place. He ran.
You see power tussle. This is Nigeria. Oh my God.
So, what police are doing is not helping. They are molesting innocent people.
Sure.
People that went out the street to help themselves. They are not. Instead of them to help those commoners, they are not doing it. Rather, they will turn it and be haunting them. That is why you see many of them. They will cripple. They will die early age. You will see them on the way. They look tata. Honestly, it's not good.
I understand you, Mr. Dennis.
For that statement IG make is very, very wrong. It's very, very wrong. That is the only way the masses can do, and the cry will be out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Dennis. And I understand Mr. Dennis's pains. I mean, somebody just shared a personal experience. Even though we say him, you can't become army now.
Wala for Jay.
And just like Mr. Because we don't agree to violence.
Of course.
We don't support resorting to violence. I mean, report to the appropriate authorities. But again, we understand that, how he feels the pain. And just like Mr. Dennis, there are several other Nigerians out there who has faced
similar situations. And the unfortunate part is that until you pull out your phone and start filming, that's when you're going
sometimes
to get the
they even take your phone and smash it.
That's even the worst part. Regardless of, even if you don't film, a lot of times we have seen cases that you reported this, you have video evidences, you have pictorial evidences, because
when they take your phone, they'll delete it.
If you don't have that, they're going to say this did not happen. They could deny that any allegation against the police. If we are not seeing that this police person, all of us are seeing it, but the fact that the evidences are out on social media, and this is, I get that they're trying to mitigate the spread of false information. That one is there. But you see, for the protection of citizens, if we are not posting police wrongdoing on social media, you people will not believe that this actually happened.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Mr. John calling back.
Mr. John.
My sister. Yeah, she wear no belle full wear. Now they do longer throat for outside. You understand me?
I do.
What are we saying? IG, make your men treat them well, not social media. How much is a recruit salary in US compared to recruit in Nigeria? How much is their salary? You understand? A policeman will retire, maybe CP. How much is his retirement package? You understand me? And the business, they are the one packing the money. I'm not encouraging what police is doing, but our government make the police look good. Police is the one buying in uniform for themselves. They are the one buying food by themselves from their salary. You understand me? My sister, today, so now, if they don't pay you well, you understand? I think come now and tell me, give you small money and say, corner me for advert for Bright FM. You understand? You go collect them. Maybe if mommy be number 10, you go make me number 2.
Not being paid well should not justify wrongdoings, Mr. John.
No, I know. You understand me? But the IG should make his men look. They should improve their salary. That's what I'm taking.
I get you.
You understand? The same public school we are going, that is the same public school the police people are going. Their children are going. If you make their salary look good, even though they are paying them maybe 300,000, 400,000 a month, I'm not encouraging what they are doing in the road, though. I'm not encouraging that. But please, we citizens too, we should try and support them. And we are still encouraging the IG to make their salary look good. You're not gonna guide person where shop in the food. You where they guide them, you know shop in the food.
I feel you. Thank you so much, Mr. John.
You understand me? And Mr. Robert, I want to talk to Mr. Robert, please. By now, if I don't leave this country because Cotonou now, Cotonou don't good past Nigeria. If you not go, make it find way, make me and him go together. I said I go same place. Cotonou now take the money. Cotonou don't good past Nigeria. Make him know how to go take waka.
Thank you so much, Mr. John. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you so much. As somebody said on WhatsApp, that Yinka said, "Good morning, everyone. The IGP should soft pedal on his fright on social media. We need social media as evidence and also to support our campaign." Thank you so much. I am Kirby. I think we need to also understand where Mr. John was coming from. With the allowance and the pay of police, and that it was part of also what the NSAS people were asking for. Was part of their demands also, because even as a people we understand that our security personnel need to be catered for properly for them to in turn serve us well. Kirby. Okay, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Roberts, is that you?
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you. Please help me tell Mr. John. on 28 or 29, I'm going to go to. Yes.
All right. Well, he don't already hear you. We don't need to tell him again. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. And now, Kevin, let's hear from you, please.
See, when these police have been paid well, when their needs have been catered, because if you look at some of where they are even staying, look at the lodges, and you see where they are staying, you be like, is this Nigerian police? So if they are being catered well, their salaries are good enough. It's not like corruption is not something you can end at once. But at least if their needs have been answered.
That's why Charles started by saying that we have good eggs. So with the people we're talking about or talking to are the bad people in the system.
Exactly. When we actually even look at it, the problem is not even the fact that he's saying that the IG is saying that social media is a medium for spreading false information, but we were looking at it from a medium to show their dirty linens. This is a problem with your system. This is a problem with how am I as a citizen telling police that you don't have the rights, you that is supposed to be upholding the law. I'm telling you that you don't have the right to search my phone. You that suppose no law for your head, and they tell you say it's not in your place to search my phone.
Charles, this is the thing they need to do. They need to, first of all, before he had come out to say this thing, they need to work on themselves. Like, go back into their system and look at how they need to change a lot before coming out to say people, because people will talk. Even if police is doing good, we will still come out and say it on that social media, same social media, and say they are doing good. So they need to look at their systems. Why is it that people are always like bringing them out on social media? Then through that way, then they can know that, okay, this is a problem, then tackle it. Because once you start answering your people well, paying those police well, they won't come out on streets. Like, there's a particular street on my way where you see police stop. If your car is too fine, they will stop you. And if you're
a young person,
if you happen to be a guy, they will say, oh yeah, now find us something.
God forbid you dress well.
If you dress well,
no, you don't need to dress well, as long as your car is fine.
If you have maybe styly hair, or maybe you braided your hair as a guy,
this one I'm talking about, you don't need to dress fine. Your car is your selling point. Once your car is fine, they are stopping you, and also a guy, they are already telling you, have find us something. So you see, it's not like that thing can stop all at once. But once these people are being catered for, you see that it will reduce a little, because they'll be content with what they have.
Victory, like you said, it's not because you're not getting paid well that would resort you to acting negligent. Yes,
do the right thing.
We know that people are not getting paid well. Again, can we stop the culture of transfer of aggression?
Because Nigerians are feeling the brunt too. The same
but let's really look at it
for policeman 100 and
thank you very much. Now
we not be the same.
Thank you very much. When Nigerians were doing end bad governance protests, not be the same police people who can't stop us from doing the protest. I hope they feel the same thing where they feel.
even this recent protests, they were not the ones to stopping us.
Exactly.
And I kept asking myself that question, like, okay, why people stopping? I'm not feeling it too.
We're looking for change, but again, I think that from this particular, everybody who has said something about this, the social media, reporting police misconduct on social media, I don't think is stopping anytime soon.
It's not going to stop.
So I think that what the police can do is also to leverage the social media to put out the right information. Do you understand? In fact, some of our traditional medias now are on social media.
Of course.
Do you understand? So that you're saying this is the official page of police. In case you hear anything, you should come, and that also means that they have to be active, whoever their handler is. Our traditional medias need to also come there, use fantastic handlers, because the social media is where the people are at.
Social media is Nigeria's Nigerian police body cam
are at now. So, and there's no way something is happening to you. Nobody know your papa normally for this Nigeria. Do you understand? You don't get connect anywhere. You're in the middle of something with, the security operative. You don't know how it's going to go. If you bring out your phone, it serves as evidence, because if you even want to go to court now, you're not going to tell them that that's not how. No, you're going to bring evidence to show for it.
Until the Nigerian police starts wearing body cam. Yeah. And even then, because if you go, police fee assaults you, and then you say check the police body cam and say battery die, Baba, we go still they record. We still need to be recording this kind of incidences, because again, this is our own proof that
something
police
happened.
Did this to you, because it's supposed to be unfathomable that the police was showing injustice to you, people who are supposed to hold up justice, but in the flipped script that we have as a society, is the police now that is doing more damage to you than even the criminals out there. Again, I will still point out, it's the bad eggs. It's not all the police people out there. So if you feel that you're being triggered right now, if the shoe fits, go ahead and wear it.
This is also because there are also people who their job description is to be spreading false information on social media.
True.
All right. So because from that end also, I understand what the IGP is saying. So please stop. Do you understand? Stop. And you're consuming things on social media, understand that you need to go to verified platforms, to get your news from. If not, you're going to be misled. Kibex from Livecamp said, when you leave your home every day, just say this prayer: Lord, keep me from the hands of my enemies and protect me against the Nigerian police. May I never encounter them at all. We're not too bothered about driving into thieves, but we're scared of meeting police, especially in dark corners.
This happened recently.
This is really sad.
This happened recently. I was really on my way to work recently. Now this is just like nothing happened, but I was on my way to work. A police van was passing, and the way all of them looked at me, I felt the need to just pull out my phone and start streaming immediately.
Kai.
I don't do anything now. They wait for taxi to go to work.
Kai.
And the way they were just passing and looked at me, I swear, if they just pulled over, I'm streaming immediately.
So Charles, they cannot just look at you.
Why would you look at me? What I do you?
They cannot just look at you.
And I'm very sure that a lot of young people in Nigeria, this is their reaction. It's a fight or flight mode. Immediately the police looks at you some kind of way, pull out your phone and start recording.
This is where we've found out ourselves, really. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Oh, I think that we lost that one right there. Let's take another story and see what we can make out of it. And that's on Independent newspaper. It says CBN sounds alarm. Beware of fraudsters posing as contract awarders. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Mr. John.
Mr. John.
Mr. Robert said, come here.
No, I didn't hear you. Thank you so much, Mr. John. Mr. Robert don't hear you. See, this job will not give us this morning. Okay, so let's look into that story. The Central Bank of Nigeria has issued a warning to Nigerians about scammers pretending to represent the bank in awarding contracts for construction and financial interventions. These fraudsters claim to have received award letters for contracts on behalf of the CBN, but the bank has confirmed that it is entirely false. Now, according to Mrs. Hakama Sidi Ali, the acting director of corporate communications, the primary goal of these scammers is to deceive unsuspecting Nigerians. The CBN has discontinued all direct development interventions and has authorized any contracts. So any claims about these initiatives are fraudulent and should be disregarded. The CBN remains focused on its core mandate of ensuring monetary stability and maintaining a sound financial system in Nigeria. As part of this effort, the bank urges the public to report suspicious activities or publications to law enforcement agencies. By staying vigilant and reporting these scams, Nigerians can help prevent fraud and protect their financial interests. To stay safe, it's essential to remember that the CBN doesn't authorize public notices for interventions on social media or other outlets. If you receive any information claiming to be from the CBN, verify it through official channels before taking any action. By working together, we can combat these scams and maintain a secure financial environment in Nigeria. So in the morning when I and Kirby were going through this, one of the things that I said was that this news is very important, especially because we're entering into the Ember period. We are in the Ember period.
Like almost at the last lap.
Exactly, we're almost at the last lap, and these things are bound to happen. You know, even aside the awarding of contracts and all of that, it was one time, I think it was, I've forgotten, one of our callers who mentioned how that, you know, his brother was duped by a bank, and I was trying to make the person understand that bank is not going to steal your money. Bank is not going to defraud you. CBN is not going to defraud you. Some persons are posing
as the bank,
and they are taking your money from you. So when we saw this news this morning, I said this is also going to be an avenue for us to sensitize people. Charles, please go ahead.
Exactly what you mentioned. This is an avenue for even the banking system to let people know that there are fraudsters out there. So you should be very, very wary and careful. If the conversation of investment or anything that concerns like banking and a huge chunk of money is not happening over the counter or in front of the table, face to face, don't have that kind of conversation.
Don't have it.
Because why are you discussing millions of naira over the phone?
They go say provide OT. We just sent you an OT. Tell us your BVN. Tell us the last number of your bro.
Look, the world has evolved to the point that unfortunately, I am not sorry for anybody who loses their money at this point.
I'm sorry, you know, some people are. Yeah,
look, no matter what, because I really feel this.
Charles, have empathy and sympathy.
All right, no problem. I'll have empathy, but after this conversation, this is one of those now. So why are you falling victim for it? At this point, I really don't think anybody should be falling victim for, even telephone scams. I really don't think anybody should be falling victim for that.
Is one of the most annoying one. Like that day, I told you what happened to me. The person called and was like, from Access Bank, and we want to give. Access Bank is having network issue, and CBN is sharing 15K to like Access Bank customers because of the network issue. That should. Tell him the middle of my account number. That my account number starts from 14.
Aren't you my banker? Exactly. Why don't you have that information?
Exactly. I'm like, you work in the bank. You're supposed to know all these things. And he said he just wants to confirm so that he can send the money.
Here's a little bit of information.
Another reason why people fall into these traps is greed.
Exactly.
Because where do you want to just see free 15,000 naira just like that? 15,000 that it did not work for. Bank would just want to dash you 15,000 naira.
Network, like because they have having network issue.
Okay, bank will have network issue. They'll not pay you.
They'll pay you for damages.
Charles, the funny part, when I was like, well, I cannot give you, the man was like, calm down, breathe, and tell me your account number. I was like, I cannot tell you.
That's what you say, please.
He was not treating like I was a child. Just give me, I'm like, be like therapy.
Say please.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mikey.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's me, Anas Meshai, calling back.
Okay, Mr. Anas Meshai.
Yes, I just want to say something about this issue of banking system.
Oh, okay, please.
CBN need to upgrade this banking system issue. Like others people that are calling people say, I'm from your bank. They go even call your name, call your phone number.
Call it the first 4 digits of your account number.
Sometimes they go even, person go even just sit down and see how those people get my information if there is not a in the system. Number one, when you go to some sectors or organizations like EasyBuy, you get one time where I go to EasyBuy. When you go to EasyBuy, you go provide your BVN, NIN, this, that. They don't already know it is you. Understand? They verify everything, but their head office go still call your number to know whether now you want to collect the phone. But why bank? They no want upgrade like that. Even if like scammer want remove money to your bank, make them contact their customer to make sure say are you aware of this transaction that you want to now into your bank. So CBN need to do something. Understand? Not to be telling people no when they call, because how those people get your information.
Mr. Meshai.
Yes.
I don't think it's every time that you're having a transaction from your bank, because even if you want to collect 1K say from your bank now, they have to keep notifying you if it's by that. Do you get?
Like this one, many scammers are withdrawing people money.
Have you noticed that when a certain huge amount of money enters your bank and your account is not
they'll freeze it now.
Is not supposed to carry that amount of money, and that amount of money enters your bank, they freeze your account. Have you noticed that?
And they exactly now account to do that. But when those people when scam person, what if CBN will not like call customer? So transaction, are we aware? Understand? All those things supposed to do. Because this thing is almost happen day by almost every day. They need to do something to protect their customers.
I understand.
That's my own.
All right.
I think I also get what Mr. Mishai is saying.
I get what
thank you,
Mr.
Mishai. Thank you so much.
So I think it's more like a 2-factor authentication kind of thing, so that customers are aware that the bank will never, and that's where sensitization also comes in. So for every time when customers come to your bank and you finish interacting with them, I think it won't cost anything to say, in case anybody reaches out to you to say, because this is the recent trend. In case anybody reaches out to you to say, send your this thing, don't send. The bank will not do this. The bank will not do that.
When you go to an ATM to withdraw, there is a notification there. When they try to read, there's a notification there that says the bank will not. The bank will not ask you to send your details or even ask for the. We have it now. We create it for you. So why are we asking you to send it to us? Even while you sometimes whenever you make a transaction and you're getting your alert for maybe credit or deposit, you get there certain footnotes there that says we will not ask you for certain details about all of this. It's there. You're opening a bank app. That information is there too. There. So be reading all the fine print.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Mr. Abdallah.
Abdullah calling from Bari.
Yes, please go ahead.
You see, let me be snappy. I was talking about the government establishment that was established for the purpose of giving socio-economic indices or data to the government so that they can use it in order to ameliorate the situation that people are facing in the country. Because that is the purpose. That is National Bureau of Statistics. Now, for the Inspector General of Police, is this Mr. Meteku saying that people should not put
police on social media
or report police on social media.
Misconduct on social media.
Where is the freedom of expression? Where
that's the question.
Freedom of information? The constitutional provision Is his statement above the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? No. That is the answer. Now, the most important thing that he should even concentrate on is how to increase the number of the police in the country. He should pressurize Mr. President to see to it that number of police is increased drastically for the purpose of curbing the insecurity in the country, and also training the police not to compromise in their activities of enforcing laws and order. And they should also do the needful always so that things will get better and police will truly become the Nigerian citizens' friends, not enemies. Now, there is also one thing that I observe in most of the police stations, or can I say the entire Nigerian police station, though it's not ideal for me to generalize. They don't have CCTV cameras in the police station. Go to the divisional police offices nationwide, or just sample them and see whether they have CCTV cameras that will be recording all what is happening in the police station. If not, so many things will be glaring to even the Inspector General of Police, because they do it even in the police station for brutality, inhumanity, and whatever. They do it in the police stations, apart from the one that individuals usually sent out casually and privately. So there are so many things to talk about. For CBN, issuing that a sort of notice or information warning to the customers of conventional banks, I think the only thing we will advise ourselves, the customers, that we should be very careful. That they say, look before you leap, so that we will not fall victims of those type of cyber crimes and dastardly act of criminal elements, either in the police, in the banks themselves. Because some banks, after hearing people lend their voices in this platform or other platforms, they used to correct the anomaly. For example, GTB has started correcting, but some of the money that hung up till now, they have not returned. But
Mr. Abdallah
seems to be settled now. But there are some others that are still scampering about it. They refuse to do the needful. And some of the bank staff too, in fact, they blatantly and indirectly seek for sort of corrupt demand from their customers, especially if they discover that they are not all that knowledgeable.
Please round up, Mr. Abdallah.
Please, let us do the right thing at the right time. And please, security is everybody's business. Say something when you hear something, or when you hear something.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abdallah. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think that's a good note to end it. He said, say something when you see something. So let's round off. Mr. Charles, let's get your last take.
My submission here would be that as Nigerians, I'm going to drop off with the last conversation about fraudsters. Pay attention. No bank will ask you for your information, and if you're going to make any transaction that is a huge chunk of money, go to the bank and have that conversation.
And please learn to read things. Just read things. So that
don't give your information off over the phone, even if the person is even your bank accountant. Don't give that information over the phone.
Thank you. Kirby, please.
Like I always say, be a patriotic Nigeria, because it would go a long way for us.
Thank you so much. And that brings us to the end of today's Bright Republic on Bright FM 98.7. Thank you to Mr. Charles. Shout out to you, KB. Thank you for your thoughts and perspective this morning. To all of our callers, Mr. Bright. was our first caller for today. Shout out to you, Mr. Bright, Mr. Robert, Mr. Abdallah from Bari. Thank you for being a consistent caller. Mr. Yinka chatted us on WhatsApp. George from Guarimpa, thank you so much. Mr. John from Utako, shout out to you. Mr. Anas Meshai, I think he's a first-time caller. Shout out to you, Mr. Anas Meshai. Mr. Dennis from Duse, I think you're also a first-time caller. Shout out to you also. Keybex from Life Camp. Thank you so much. And to all of our listeners, thank you for being part of the conversation and for making your voices and opinions, heard. Thank you so much. You make the show what it is. Please stay tuned because OB of Sports will be taking over next to give you all of the latest on the world of sports. Until next time, please stay bright.
Bright 98.7, illuminating the city.
No coincidence, I see be not by accident. Many traps and charms arise. There's a breakout of false prophets and you could lie. Office sheep clothing, they lead their loves to desperate chase. Silver tongues and hollow mind. Speak of hopes but lost in faith. The savage wolves are getting in. They win out, spare the flock, but the truth is rooted and solitude. A fleet glimpse of light in the dark. Open your eyes or go look at Coco. Chicken the boys and girls in the beginning. Madam made transgender, Only man we for you.
Inside life it be many things. Crush your mind like a crucifix. Levitating with my mix. Mixing things, fun things and things. Say the things really suck and no. Economy the post the bololo. This matter too deep, but more no shallow. Many things I don't see, more I know. I want buy house and cars for my mama and papa. If the country no good, I go carry them jackpot. Mugbe was so be lakpa. Make the money real quick, no be kada. I the grind non-stop, I'm a double boss. For the dollar, when no dollars, and for that paper, you pay me scholar. We gon' start that paper, $3
When them throw me hit, I dodge on. Even if them hold me waist, I shit on. Even when them roll my way, I run my race. Throw me beat, I chop on. Even when them throw me hit, I dodge on. Even if them hold me waist, I shit on. Even when them roll my way, I run my race. Throw me beat, I chop on. You know say we dey run things, now we dey run things. You know say we dey run things. You know say we dey do us the best every time. Hustle to get something. You know say no be small thing, no be small thing. You know say no be small thing. When you have to hustle in Lagos every day and night. Hustle to get something, yeah. So when I'm living la vida loca. Make them dey holla. So when I'm living la vida loca. It's by the grace of God, so make them no holla. Carry one jeans from Galadima. Wear shoe, wear shirt, make her find something. No, nobody be know say we go hammer. Right now, one gig be like $10 million. Now them know me, all of my homies. I be the one, I'm your one and only. And I say it boldly, if you know my story. Slowly we move to glory, yeah. So when I'm leaving la vida loca. Make them they of God, so make them no holla. So when I'm leaving la vida loca, make them they holla. When I'm leaving la vida loca, it's by the grace of God, so make them no holla.
And so the time is nigh. From the Andes to the Alps, from river plates to the banks of the Seine, our planet unites around its ultimate game.
For your sports updates and latest football stories, tune in to Bright Sports with the OB of Sports. Weekdays on Bright 98.7 FM, Abuja.
To the Galaxy of Greats, Argentina, champions of the world.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Imagine Arsenal. If you go to Arsenal's home, say, let's go and check trophy, you will meet Calabash inside their trophy house. Go to Chelsea, you will meet Premier League, Champions League. Arsenal with Calabash inside their trophy room, beating Manchester United with 1-0. They are laughing, they are coming outside doing that.
We know how made the league end because our joy just a start. Osimhen reach London, Arsenal concede 2 goals. It is very shameful not to be impactful. What impact have your team made for going to Champions League? Man, you don't concede more than 12 goals for group stage. The last time Chelsea won the Champions League, we conceded only 3 goals. Entire campaign, that is impact with grace. Manchester United are the only club where no get cleaner. Now their players they sweep Old Trafford. See how branded Stamford Bridge they Palmer they clean up.
Bringing you the best